Cool. Okay. For our viewers that aren't familiar with the project, how would you pitch the story to them?
Do you know, this is really hard because
Okay.
we went round in circles of like how to explain it. And the best way I've come up with is a modern retelling of the Greek myth of Venus and Adonis, with me playing a fictionalized version of myself as a modern love goddess.
Okay.
That has magical powers.
Fine. And I mean, how did you jump on board the project?
The project came about, I got the script sent through to my manager and he passed it on to me and I read it. There was a letter from the writer Ruben and loved it. I was like, this is great. So I jumped on board then, but I actually found out after we shot the film that Andy, the producer who'd basically got the whole project together, I'd met him before and he'd sort of met him at a screening of the British Film Institute's film of The Interview. And he then was like, oh, I really want to write something for this girl, and went away and got this piece together, and then it just happened to be really good and I came on board.
Okay, so I mean, obviously it's a departure from what you're more well known for in the UK. I mean, was it something you were kind of actively, seeking, projects to star in, or?
I wasn't actively seeking anything. I had some project opportunities sort of come around. I'd get scripts now and again, but nothing really sort of fit in. This just happened to sort of fit well, and especially I was moving into acting anyway, and I went to drama school, and it just all really coincided.
So you've always had as a child, like a burning desire to be an actress?
Yes. Desire as a child, yeah. And once I started modelling, I was like, oh, this is great. Now I have the opportunity to maybe go into it and study. I was never in a position, I left school at 16 and I was never financially secure enough to be able to go to like somewhere like RADA, or it just wasn't going to happen. So as soon as I started modelling, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go into this and fulfill the childhood dream of...
Okay, and where did you study in the UK, or did you go...
No, I studied in LA. Okay. Yeah.
And is that because perhaps had you gone to somewhere in the UK, people would have been aware of, who you are and everything? And...
I think there might have been an element of that, but also the school I wanted to go to, Lee Strasberg, was based in LA or New York, and I kind of wanted to go to LA because I sort of had friends there. And pretty much, yeah, I kind of didn't know. Here it's a very different route than it is sort of there, and it is very educational background to get into a really good school. You've got to have done A-levels and this, and I was just like, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
I'll be like 50 by the time I've passed them all.
All right, and in the film, the fictional Keeley has a rather interesting kind of hobby in translating Latin. Does the real Keeley have an interesting hobby that people might not kind of expect?
An interesting hobby? My hobbies are really sort of like boring, I've got to say.
Like stamp collecting or something?
Stamp collecting? No, I used to collect rubbers and sharpeners as a kid. I do collect something now. What is it? Pens.
You collect pens?
I collect pens. I have an obsession with pens. And if I go anywhere that has a pen that has a name on, like a hotel,
and things,
yes, I have to have a pen or a pencil. It's like an obsession.
Fine, all right. And then in terms of models making a transition into acting, someone from the UK that's done quite well would be Kelly Brook. Is that kind of a career path that you'd like to follow in? Or, she obviously did Piranha 3D, sort of came out the other year, and that did okay, and was quite a big project. Is that the type of way you'd like to go, or?
No, not necessarily. I do really admire Kelly Brook and her sort of transition, and that's very inspiring. But the kind of projects I want to do are very different from the kind of stuff that she's done. So probably not that route. She's sort of very glamorous, and even though maybe appear to be glamorous, usually look like a homeless person. So I like kind of gritty. I want to do something really gritty.
So is there, on your part, like a conscious decision to kind of just completely smash public perception of you being the kind of model and do something different? What would be like a dream role for you?
Oh, a dream role. I'd love to play like a really messed up teenager or homeless person, or I love like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction, like something. I like twisted things. I'm quite sort of dark. It's not necessarily trying to smash the perception. I think I'm just sort of very, well, I perceive myself to be very different. Maybe I'm smashing my own perception. Yeah, I think it's just being more true to myself and doing the sort of things I want to do. And if that's different from how people perceive me, then that's sort of how it is, I suppose.
Okay, and I'm from obsessed with film, and I mean, are there any type of movies that you're obsessed with? Ones that you'll, return to time and time again? I mean, what are your favourite movies?
I love Sophie's Choice with Meryl Streep. That's a great film. Can't return there too much because it's a killer. You watch it and you're just like, oh my god. I love Pulp Fiction. I think that's a great film that I always can sort of rewatch. Hook is my childhood movie. Okay. That I watched non-stop. It was the film that I forced my parents to put on all the time, and knew all of the words. I'm trying to think what other films. There's tons. Streetcar's a great movie. The Godfather series is amazing.
Okay, and in terms of acting projects next, do you have anything lined up straight away to go on to, or?
No, not at the moment. I was supposed to be shooting something here, but it's been sort of pushed, so hopefully that'll happen in the summer. I've got a couple of pieces coming out, but nothing that after this that I'm sort of going on to, so I'm...
Okay, can I put an internet rumour to you? I read on the internet that they were perhaps rebooting Baywatch and that you've been talked to about taking a part in that. Is there any truth in that? I
actually met with the producers for it years and years ago, and I think they are intending to remake it. I don't think it's something that I probably will get involved in. But yeah, the rumour's slightly true. I mean, I met with them and they were really keen to sort of have me on board. But yeah, it hasn't sort of been made. And
okay, so there's kind of semi-truth to that.
There's semi-truth.
Okay, but you don't fancy staying on the beach with David Hasselhoff in a speedo?
No, gotta say it's not one of my dreams.